Hello, friends. So, today we will discuss the chapter about qualification of leads. This is a completely new chapter. Till now, we learnt about identifying targets, lead generation. Now we are getting inquiry. Lead means inquiry. Both words mean the same. Okay. Now, what all are we going to learn in this? Because this is a very important chapter. It is possible that one wastes time while working on this, and we can save a lot of time. With time, cost too. We will have a look at the qualification. Why is the role of qualification important in the sales process? Then we will understand the process we follow in NJ for qualification of a lead. You can have a process that is set for years, or you can have some other process too. But I will teach you the process which we have been following here in NJ. It will have final practical tips just as we did in the previous chapter. We will have a look at 3 points in lead qualification. Let us come to the section that answers why qualification is important. So, you keep following up the customers again and again. And then finally, you come to know that the customer has finalized the deal with someone else. This happens, right? Or the customer did not have the requirement in the first place, but you still kept following up. Second thing is that when you do it by yourself, you know if it is useful for you or not, as you are working in the field for years. But the sales team does not know it. You will have to prepare the sales team on how to do inquiry qualification. Otherwise, it finally gives a report saying that the lead is getting closed. You may come to know later that it was not an opportunity for you at all. We will go through all the points on how to convert them into opportunity. You get many inquiries, as you must have generated many sources for inquiries. Someone got in by walk in, someone came across the website, you advertised on the social media, conducted a webinar, participated in an exhibition, and so on. There are many sources from which you start getting leads. Now that you have received leads, you will have to decide which leads are to be worked on and which not. You will have to detect it at the earliest because the customers will not wait for you. And it may so happen that we fail to follow up on the lead which might be useful for us, or we do not follow up. This impacts the results. So let us see which leads are to be focused on and which not. We have to decide in the first 10 minutes whether to do business with the leads or to have just tea. And this is one of the best practices of NJ. Where we have the intention to just have tea, we just have tea and do not keep an intention of doing business with them. And where we have to do business, we speak only business. Now, how to decide whether to do business or not? Suppose you get a call from a customer and tells you that we have a requirement of CRM. Now, what do? You ask the best salesperson from your team to handle the customer and give them the demo. Now, this salesperson gets in touch with the customer. After the visit, the salesperson gives the demo. Then the customer demands that they want the POC. Now, the salesperson chooses the best persons from his project team and arranges the POC. And after the POC, we give POC and demo login to the customer. Customer starts to use it after receiving the login. And then you come to know that the customer had a requirement for inventory management. It is not there in the CRM. Now what happens? Now the inventory management is not possible in our CRM. Now this could have been detected on the call too. No one had to even go to the customer's office. If you had asked the customer on call about their requirement, and actually you need to only ask a few questions, which will be enough to understand whether they need your CRM or not. Now we will try to calculate this in terms of cost. First of all, you send the highest paid salesperson to connect with the customer. They spent half a day there, as a demo needs half a day. Now that half day is spent, and that comes at a cost. We will assume it as a cost of 2000 rupees. After that, a POC team was arranged. The project team which was going to present POC put in their efforts. So consider additional 2000 rupees. So you made a loss of 4000 rupees. Actually, he was not even your customer because they wanted the inventory management. So if the customer wanted to have inventory, that could have been asked on the call in the first place. This was not our inquiry. So we could have saved that cost as well as time. What happens is, time is lost in this process along with cost. And the salesperson thinks that they visit customers again and again, meet a lot of people, put in lots of efforts, give demos, but the leads are not closed. Then they begin to question the product capabilities and that it is not fit for the market. They start doubting. But actually, there wasn't any doubt related to the product. The problem was that it was not the customer requirement. The customer wanted something else, which couldn't be provided by us. All this could have been discussed on the call, and the customer would have answered our questions. So, if we think that the customer will not explain on the call, then we have to get the information by asking the right questions. If they do not give information, then understand that we do not have to work on it. If they have a requirement, then they will definitely come to us. Finally, we have provided a demo to the customer and they had the requirement. Then comes the objection of budget. Remember that I told you earlier to ask questions? Ask this in your questions or else confirm the pricing that you offer. This helps you to understand the budget of the customer. If the customer doesn't have the budget for the price we offer in the market, then it doesn't make sense to waste efforts for such customers. Else it will finally boil down to an objection on the budget. If anyway you are going to lose the customer, it would have been better if you had asked this question in the first qualification call. It can happen that the qualification call runs for a long time, 15-20 minutes. But in that call, you can identify or detect whether to proceed with the customer or not. The objection with costing will not arise if we convey the pricing in the call. Otherwise, what happens is that you are wasting the customer's time. You come up with a lot of solutions, sell a lot of products, and begin to lose your confidence in the process. If you had conveyed earlier to the customer that this deal cannot work, or you cannot make a deal in the said price, or the customer requirement is not getting fulfilled in your product, then the confidence goes to another level. Because you're not selling your product to the customer, you're offering solutions to their problem. While talking to the customer, you may come to know that the requirement is only for 3 users or 6 users. Then you can suggest them to get the free CRM. The CRM is free up to 10 users and is paid after 10 users. So the questions you ask should have these things. 1. What is the customer's business requirement? We will understand their pain point. Second, the number of users. And third, what is the purpose or the goal that they want to achieve? The customer might be using another tool, another CRM. We need to understand what problems they have and the reason why they are coming to us. So this will help in making the sales easy, as we already understand the problem. We just need to work on the problem. If you do all these steps, then you will save a lot of time and efforts and confidence. We will see in the next video about the process for qualifying a lead in NJ. Right? Stay tuned.